Now, I told myself when I started this channel that I was never going to get too political. I was never going to go deep into people's personal lives and personal feelings. And the closest I've ever got to that was the Remember Rant one, when I described how I hated Trump. And I still stand by that, of course. I mean, you can see it now with what he's doing. He's banned, millions of people from his country because they're not him. 2017 has been a year that everyone has been dreading, and we know that because of what is happening and what we have already seen happen. Okay, this whole idea of Trump being a savior, bullshit. He's not. You've already seen it. You've seen the evidence of what he can do, and there's no people. The one person that stood up for it, saying this is wrong, sacked them. They're gone now. They're fucked. You can't take that back. You got rid of the one person that challenged him over racism, and then it gets to the point. I never wanted to get political with this channel at all. I never wanted to get too deep into something that wasn't my business. But while I was going to school today, I saw this. And later today I saw this. And with all these marches, I mean, you can see your opinion matters in this. You can look at that and say whatever you want about it. But my opinion stands on the fact that why? What the fuck does that mean? Who cares? You can't just go out and say, the word mother. The word mother offends people. I have a mother. She's beautiful. She is a lovely person. And saying that word that means this family bond, this family bonding word, the person everyone looks up to, that has now been just tainted with the words of other people. They're saying, oh, the word mother offends me because I couldn't be that. Because you changed gender. The fact that you changed gender means we, as normal people, cannot use words that represent family and trust and bonds. I'm not against transgender people at all. Some people are very unlucky. I'm lucky. I know what I am. I'm a straight guy. I love women. Women are lovely people. Like boobs. You can't go around saying this kind of stuff, especially not for people like us. Millions of people protesting, saying, oh, we have rights, and they do. But, so? You don't need to go to extreme measures to prove that point. That's not the issue. People can protest, I don't care. They can do what they like. But when you get to this kind of point, when certain words piss you off, words that mean so many things, you can't, what are they gonna say? Oh, you're gonna have a baby. What should I call you? Human. That's the point I'm getting at here. We are all the same. But everyone around us, every single individual thinks they're important. They think they're important. And we are fucking nothing. We're on the earth, all together, all 7.3 billion of us, or however many there are, fucking going around the universe, around the sun, and we are tiny compared to that. We are nothing. And every single one of us thinks we're important. We are not. Everyone creates this hierarchy. What the fuck makes them less than us? Nothing makes them less than us. Everyone just wants to get offended. Everyone wants to be offended by something. It's like, oh no, I no longer have a penis. If you use the word penis, I'm going to rape you. You don't have a penis! I don't understand it. The point of transgender is the fact that if you're not comfortable in your body, which is very understandable, you can change. So why are you offended by that? Why are you offended about the word mother? If you want to be a woman, you can be a mother. It's like these people that say, well, it's the men that have uteruses. Okay, you're still a man. Whatever. Who cares? Literally, who cares? Okay? This is the whole question. Everyone is going around protesting and bullshit. For what? Okay, for what? Everyone wants to find faults in other people. Why? Why? We are all the same. Yes, some people are born gay. What? Point being, what changes that? What makes them second class? What makes them lower than everyone else? They are still the same person as we are. We're all unique, and we are all individual. But none of us are important. When you get to points like this, when words that have such core meaning behind them, like mother, and only now changing laws to allow certain people into groups. Why now? We're becoming everything that we never wanted to go back to. The Holocaust. The biggest, or one of the biggest points of genocide towards a certain group of people. Jewish people. What's wrong with Jewish people? What's wrong with Muslim people? We prejudice against all these people for nothing. For nothing. There is no problem with them at all. There is nothing wrong with what people do in their own house, what people do with their lives. But we think we can judge them for who they are. And then they judge us back for who we are. Saying the word mother now is apparently offensive. Why? Why? It was never before. Transgender people have their rights, but when you go, the world is falling apart because everyone thinks they're higher than everyone else. You know, transgender people think that they should be higher than us because they want rights to say they think certain words are going to offend people. Like what? Mother? How is that an offensive word? It's not. It's just a word that represents the higher figure in the family. Something that gives birth to a child. You know, it has a meaning to it. And taking that word away it's not cool. It's not cool. It's a violent protest. Because you're taking away things that, you know, people like me. I'm lucky to have even been here. Because my mother gave birth to me. But that word has now been tainted by the transgender people. And people are going to disagree with that. Of course they are. I disagree with it. But then that follows on, saying, oh, you're just discriminating against me. No, I'm not. It's just an opinion. Everyone wants to be offended so badly. You know, once someone has been offended, what else? Where do you go from there? That is it. You can't just expect everything to go your way. I've told you about the shit that I've been through. But that doesn't mean I'm offended when people talk about it. And now that the President of the United States, the world's most powerful country, or one of them, bullshit now, he's just banned millions of people from his country because of one event, or possibly two. The whole world has prejudiced against these people. The Islamic faith is a peaceful faith. The Christian faith is a peaceful faith. Everyone was born peaceful, and yet all we see is the suffering. We never observe the good that people do. I mean, think about it now. You've got the war going on. Muslim people are attacking other Muslim people. Less than 1% of Muslim people are terrorists. In fact, no, less than like 0.1 or 0.001. That is what we focus on. You don't focus on everyone else. And when you ban that many people, there are, you know, what about the crimes that are committed in America every single day by Americans? There is more of that than Islamic people. And this racism, this prejudice, and this discrimination is not the right way for our world to work. And if anyone disagrees with that, fuck you, because you're wrong. And you can comment whatever the fuck you like, but you know what has happened is not right. You know that everything that has happened so far to these innocent people is wrong. Our world is surrounded by bullshit, and if anyone thinks that what we see and what we do is okay, then you're fucked in the mind. You don't understand the severity of what people go through. You know, our lives, we're so lucky to have the simplistic lives that we have. We get the education we deserve. We get the education that we want. Everyone gets everything that they want. and we take the smallest things for granted. And we all think that these small things include individual rights. You know? And you can't assume that you're going to get everything that you want. And I know it's confusing to think about what side I'm actually on, because I'm giving the argument, I've just been shouting at you. But I'm definitely not with the fat-ass cactus bitch that's running our country. He doesn't need to be there. And you voted him in. People voted that racist in. And the first thing he did, block out every Muslim person. What's he going to do next? Block out every Mexican person. Oh yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. Our whole world is crumbling down. What's going to happen? We don't know. Everything that we know so far is going to change. And with regular things like this, where all kinds of people are offended by the smallest of things, everyone's just going to lose. No one can control people's opinions. That's obvious. But you can still have them. And you can still take them in. Our world isn't working at the moment. And it's a shame to think that it isn't. Because if we all came together, our world would be safe. And it would prosper better than we actually think it would. You know, life is very minimal. And we don't think of it as much. We could be a united kingdom. And a united states. And a united world.